This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi, I'm Steve IRVIN with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. It's official, more people have been vaccinated with their first shot of COVID-19 than there are total cumulative cases. Today, state health officials updating the count to more than 1 million doses administered statewide. Today, Arizona adding more than 1,800 new cases, bringing our total to more than 791,000. Big news on the national vaccine front. The Biden administration securing an additional 200 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine. They will be distributed later this year. The vaccines will come from both Moderna and Pfizer. Access to vaccines in the state's largest county will be expanding. Maricopa County announcing more than 150 pharmacies will get the vaccine by the end of this week, all part of a federal partnership. And while this is happening, the eligibility requirements for Maricopa County now expanding to those 65 and older. Health officials with Maricopa County estimate there are nearly 400,000 adults 65 to 74 who will now be eligible starting Monday. But as the county expands who is eligible, finding an appointment all depends on the supply coming into our state. We spoke with one woman who lives in Maricopa County and has been trying to get the vaccine at a state site since they've made 65 plus eligible. She's hoping more locations will increase her chance.
But I'm excited to get it. I want to be able to be with my friends and visit my dad in his care home, and I'm going to be first in line as soon as I'm eligible and I can get an appointment.
As for those 182 pharmacies going online by the end of this week, the best way to find a vaccine is to keep checking this vaccine finder map. You'll find it on the state's vaccine website. New unemployment numbers in Arizona are now the highest they have been since last April. According to the Department of Economic Security, 75,000 people filed for new claims last week. That's a huge jump from just the start of the year, when about 7,900 Arizonans made new claims. Now, it's unlikely many of these claims are from Arizonans who have been jobless since the pandemic started. It takes about a year for Arizona's unemployment benefits to reset, and those first job losses happened in March. Disturbing new details on that deadly Amber Alert in Peoria. The suspect, Eric Mays, now charged with first-degree murder. Mays was taken into custody about 24 hours ago after being on the run. According to police, Mays took his 10-month-old son, even though he doesn't have legal custody. Investigators say he admitted to intentionally hitting the child's mother, Brittany Marty, as she tried to save her child. She later died. Police say Mays also admitted to smoking meth. The little boy was eventually found and is safe tonight. Now to the impeachment trial, where House managers are using the words of those who broke into the Capitol as a major part of their argument.
We are listening to Trump, your boss.
He asked us to fly there. He asked us to be there. So I was doing what he asked us to do.
Democrats using those videos to wrap up their arguments. They say it only proves former President Donald Trump incited the violence. Arizona's Jacob Chansley, a part of their argument, using this photo of the note he is accused of leaving the vice president, saying justice is coming. Also presented as evidence, his attorney's interview on CNN saying, quote, Chansley was there at the invitation of our president.
This was not a hidden crime. The president told them to be there, and so they actually believed they would face no punishment.
Trump's defense team is expected to push back on several of the Democrats' claims when they get to make their arguments, asserting that a former president should not be punished for making what they call a political speech. Tomorrow, a federal judge is expected to rule on a land swap deal that would see Oak Flat turned into the site of a copper mine. Oak Flat is in the Tonto National Forest outside of Superior. Local Apache tribal members consider the land sacred and argue the federal government doesn't have the right to trade away that land.
Tracking your most accurate forecast now, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. We are expecting some breezes to wrap up your work week across much of Arizona, especially up in the high country and along the rim, with gusts of 20 to 25, even 30 miles per hour possible. In the valley, gusts of 10 to 15 can't be ruled out, so not much in the way of wind, at least with storm number 1. The one on Sunday, though, will pack a bigger punch. Now, your forecast on Friday across the state, calling for highs in the 40s up in the high country, along the rim, lower 50s, and across the lower deserts. We're talking about highs generally in the low to mid 70s, a few degrees cooler than the highs on Thursday because of that storm passing on through. Lows will be in the mid-50s in the early morning hours on your Friday. By noon, in the upper 60s, and those highs will be in the low to mid 70s once again. So here is that 7-day forecast. 73 on Friday. For the early part of the weekend, lower 70s, and that chance of rain picks up early in the morning on Valentine's Day with highs in the 60s through President's Day, back in the 70s on Tuesday, and staying near that Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
For the latest headlines, weather and traffic, head to abc15.com or download the free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.